Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction. I got my man Emad with me after Manchester United nil, Watford nil. A game we dominated for 90 plus minutes and we just could not get a result. Emad, you saw the lineup. What did you think of it?
The back four wasn't overly worried about the back four. I thought it was a good back four. For whatever reason, he's dropped Harry Maguire, who looked like he was undroppable for so long, and Lindelof come in, who I thought looked very good with Varane this morning or yesterday for them, whatever it was. Wan-Bissaka back at right back, thought he had a good game, and Tellez at left back, no issue there. Surprised to see that Jadon Sancho didn't start, especially with the good form that he's been in over the last month or so.
Yeah, that was strange for me. Especially with no midweek game. So yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah, so it's hard to understand. Like, you know, we're not going to say that they were dropped, like Maguire, Sancho, even Rashford, even though he's been out of form anyway. But to say that they were rested, there's not really a reason to be rested when there's no midweek game. So yeah, it was strange to not see Jadon Sancho start. It's probably my one disappointment from the lineup.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, I saw the lineup and I went, you know, this is a very attacking side. Probably the only player I was a little concerned about was Wan-Bissaka, how he was going to get forward. And to be honest with you, I saw a couple of pods there and they were saying people are going to say, you know, Wan-Bissaka had a good game. Well, I actually did think he had a good game. He tried very hard to get forward at the beginning of the game, you know, even though I still don't know what's going on with Delo. Is he injured? You don't hear anything. I just don't get what's going on there.
I don't know.
So I don't know as far as the lineup, but you know, let's look at the chances we had in the first half. You know, we had Ronaldo had two good chances in the first 15. Bruno had two good chances. You know, they're goals that should have been tucked away easily, especially the one by Bruno, the one-on-one. You know, he only had to pass to the side to Ronaldo, and that was a tap in for Ronaldo. I just, you know, if that's Rashford and he misses that, bang, Rashford's getting hammered again. What do you think?
Oh, 100%. 100%. You already know my thoughts on our top two, the ones that play up front there. Ronaldo, everyone's starting to say now, yeah, he's starting to show every bit of his 37 years of age, you know, and his lack of mobility and things like that. But this is a player where people were talking about, and even I'm saying, you know, the greatest of all time. And in the physique that he's in, his mobility, his agility, I don't know if it's his age or if it's the team around him, but it's just, I don't know, it's not clicking for Ronaldo at the moment. He just can't seem to bang one in. After that goal against who was it? Was it Brighton?
Yeah.
After his goal, I thought that was going to kickstart for him another run of goals, and then he went dry in Madrid. Didn't really show up there, and then he's done it again today.
But to me, he just looks like a, you know, if he's really hard on himself. So, you know, to me, in my view, and you know what I'm like when it comes to players, not just like Ronaldo, he just looks like a sport brat at the moment. He just can't get his goal, so it just affects his head. You know, with a bloke with that much experience, he should be able to bypass that. And people are always saying, you know, he's got credit on the board before how much he's done. You know, with a bloke with that much experience, shouldn't be letting that get to him.
Well, if you think back to that interview he done about elite mentality, and in all honesty, and when I'm not going to try and, I don't want people to say, oh, I've got an agenda against him or anything like that. But since that interview, have we seen elite mentality?
No, there definitely isn't an elite mentality. If he's put his head down, even a couple of times in today's game, players have got into good position to set him up. And there was one time there, Pogba did, and you know, he just wasn't in the right headspace to get to that ball.
I think I know which one you were talking about. And then he pointed out, I watched him just after that ball rolled out. I think it rolled out for a goal kick. And Ronaldo pointed to Elanga. So Elanga should have been there. when it was clearly a ball played for Ronaldo.
If Ronaldo was showing half the energy Alanga was showing today, we may have scored a couple of goals. Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna say something. This elite
go for
mentality.
it, mate. That's why we've got you on the pod, mate. Say what you want.
This elite mentality that everyone keeps bragging on about that Ronaldo has. Yeah. Let's just make one thing clear. That elite mentality only applies to him. He applies that to himself. He's not, and never really has been a team player. Yeah, his elite mentality doesn't extend beyond his own realm. It's all about himself. He's a player that's it. He wants the accolades for himself, because if he was a team player, he'd be working a lot harder, regardless of his age, right? Because we've got Cavani, who looks like a Mexican drug lord, right? Looks a lot older than Ronaldo, even though he's younger than Ronaldo. Looks a lot older than him, but he gets around the pitch, and he may not have a great performance or whatever, but he still gets around the pitch and does the hard yards. Ronaldo, for me, yeah, it's great what he's done in the game and what he did for the club, you know, back when he was here the first time. But he's all about himself, mate, and it's clear as day to see that,
mate. You're talking to the bloke that's been saying it since 2003, since he arrived. So, yeah, you're not going to change my view on him. And like I've always said, I fully appreciate what he's done and achieved in the game. And I totally agree that he is probably the GOAT with Messi.
The nostalgia was great, but I think everyone needs to accept its time.
It's 100%. And I will not accept that since if Ronaldo hadn't come along, we wouldn't be this far into the Champions League. I will not accept that, because I believe if we didn't have Ronaldo, we'd have players in the team that play as a team, and we would still be getting results. Anyway, let's move. Let's move on from that. We've got Bruno. Bruno's another one. Doesn't seem to be able to do wrong. Bruno's there. Let's give the ball to Bruno. Bruno can miss 100 passes, but if he does one thing right, he's okay. So today he's missed 2 or 3 chances again. And I was still waiting for that killer pass that apparently he does all the time and gets us home. But yet I missed it again. So in saying that, look, I'm not going to go into this podcast and say we didn't play well. We dictated the whole game. We did. But our front third and I completely put it down to Ronaldo and Bruno. They want the ball all the time, but they're not hitting the back of the net. So if people want to give credit to those boys week in, week out, well, you've got to be able to give them a slagging as well.
I think the stat was something like 20 plus shots on goal and only 3 on target or 4 on target. Something. Yeah, correct. The percentage was real bad in terms of shots on target. Mate, Bruno, I've been saying it all season since his goal against Newcastle back in when we played him at Old Trafford the first time round. He's done nothing since. And to say, oh, he's world class, and mate, if you're a world class footballer, yeah, we should be rolling over these teams like Watford and Brentford and the other teams that we've drawn against, Villa, and we should be banging 5 goals against these lesser sides.
Well, now we've now look, Watford are going to get relegated, so we haven't beaten them. So, and they've taken they beat us 4-1 last time with Ollie, and now 0-0. So we've got 1 point out of the game. 6.
That was Ollie's final game, and it was the game where Bruno at the end went back to the fans and told them to stop booing Ollie, and it was them as a collective. Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, 100%.
Even though we didn't lose today, and it honestly does feel like a loss. But now he can, rather than blame the collective, now Bruno, you can blame yourself and Ronaldo, because the collective played very well. The collective dominated the game for 90 minutes for you and Ronaldo.
100%, man. Everyone played well. I actually thought Pogba was very good today. Pogba,
Nemanja Matic.
Matic was excellent.
Years,
yeah,
he rolled back the years. He looked absolutely.
Mate, some of those passes was that crisp, and they weren't just 2-meter passes. They were, some of them were 10 meters. A couple of those passes.
He was
You know?
pinging him.
Yeah. Look, what did you? Well, we won't get into the second half just yet. I still want to touch on this first half. You know, we had Alanga go down for a penalty, which was it's a little bit controversial, I suppose. But didn't think it was a penalty at all.
No, I don't think so either.
You know, but Watford still had that single shot on goal in the first half, which was a little bit concerning because we weren't putting any away. Sometimes when they did get forward, I've got to tell you, I was nervous that they were going to jag that goal.
It felt like that. It felt because we dominated the, large chunks of, well, pretty much the majority of the first half. It felt like that because nothing was going in for us, that they were just going to pull a rabbit out of the hat and then like a snatch and grab. But in saying that, I didn't feel like we were under threat for the whole game. Like I didn't feel. It just felt like as the game wore on, they might jag one, but I had like 100% confidence in the back four. I thought they played very well. Varane, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka and Tellez. I thought defensively we were very good.
Yeah, I thought it was sound.
Yeah. And like I'm a big fan of the Lindelof Varane partnership. I think
100%. Yeah,
it's a lot, and I think a lot of people will agree it's a lot more solid than the Maguire Varane partnership. But I didn't feel like we were going to concede, but it had that feeling in general, which we always get being at Old Trafford, that the longer the game goes on and we don't score, that we're going to concede one.
Well, we're 6 draws now, aren't we? 6 draws. It's fucking crazy.
Oh, mate, it only gets harder. Who do we have? Is it City next or Liverpool next?
City's this weekend. Yeah, City's this weekend. Yep.
Oh,
so
no,
we've got
I know
City, Tottenham, Atletico, Liverpool, Leicester, and then
I know
Everton,
our record
another
at the
bottom
Etihad
side.
The record at the Etihad Stadium, the record at Etihad at City's home ground is quite decent for us, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think this time around,
I saw a pod today with Andy, and he said if these players turn up and beat City, then beat Tottenham, they're robbing the fans and they're cheating the fans. And they really are. If they can turn up and beat these big sides, they are cheating the fans. You know, and I say it every single time. We're not guys that go to Old Trafford because we live in Australia, but we try and get there when we can. But these fans that go there week in, week out and support, never stop singing for 90 plus minutes, and they back the team to the hilt, and they just walk out every single week shattered. It blows me away how these blokes and they love their badge. They love their badge, and this is the problem with so many individual players that it's just not, and the spine of our team. And I'll put it back down to Ronaldo and Bruno. They want the glory for himself, and it's ruining the team. It really is. I don't care what anyone says. You can see it.
Neither do I, man. Neither do I. I don't care. Like these are, the game's about opinions, yeah. And our opinions about this team do not reflect our love for the club because we love the club more than this team, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But everyone's saying that Bruno should be captain, mate.
Well, he was captain today.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And you know what? He showed that he's not fit to wear that armband either.
Yeah.
The amount of complaining he does and waving his arms in the air and trying to deflect blame off himself. Mate, you know what? If you're getting booked for dissent, the way he gets booked week in, week out for blowing up at the referee, that in itself should say you shouldn't be captain.
Now, I said this the other week, but I got sent a photo of Roy Keane blowing up at a I got sent a photo of Roy Keane blowing up at someone, at a referee. So
but what happened in order for Roy Keane to blow up at the ref?
It was a dodgy penalty.
Yeah, it wasn't for something that. It was something probably for he's involved in too.
That's right.
Something will happen at the other end of the pitch, and Bruno will go sprinting 100 k's an hour.
Yeah. Just
to get in the referee's face.
Yeah.
So for me,
mate, I'll give you the perfect example today that I saw, and maybe I'm reading into things. Okay, so there was a free kick just outside the box, and there was a free kick just out there. You had Ronaldo, Bruno, and Telles over the top of the ball. Ronaldo walked away. Telles took the free kick. But I looked at Ronaldo's body structure and everything like that as he walked away. You can't tell me he was pissed that he never got the chance to take that free kick.
Of course he was.
He was. His head was down. And it was like he dawdled back into the lineup.
Of course he was. But I guarantee you 75,000 people at Old Trafford, plus all the fans watching around the world, didn't want him taking that free kick anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. His free kicks are shocking.
Yeah, but they've been shocking for years.
Yeah, I agree.
They've been shocking for years. His free kick success rate at Real Madrid isn't that great either.
No. Look, if you want to talk a big game, you've got to back it up. And Ronaldo's just not backing it up. You know, he came out, first things first, he bagged the young players. You know, bagged the young players that they're not listening or anything like that and everything like that, mate. Oh, I'm not, like I've always said, I'm not a Ronaldo hater. But if you're going to go out and name things and put yourself out there, you've got to back it up. And he's simply not backing it up. But he's scored one goal since the start of the year. One. And he's had mega chances to score, heaps of chances to score. And he's just not doing it for me. So when's it come time for him to be dropped?
Oh, they won't drop him.
Yep.
If there was a time for him to be dropped, it would have been a few weeks ago, easy, or at the start of the year, like when it was clear that he's come up with some big goals for us this season, but that's not to say that no one else could have done. Like they haven't been, oh wow, spectacular goals that only he could do. Someone else could have done the same thing. But if you watch him, and I watched him and Bruno in particular today very closely. Like even when they didn't have the ball, they are terrible to watch. They're very bad to watch. Even when Bruno gets on the ball, he is bad to watch on the ball, man. He gives that ball away so much, right? And someone else will come out now and say, oh yeah, but he had an 84% success rate with his passes. Yeah, that's great. But 22 of his passes were to the right-hand side of the pitch or the left-hand side. Some of them were back, only a few forward. He only had a handful in the final third. But how many times does he lose the ball?
Yeah, and then but apparently that's okay. That's okay for Bruno to do that.
Then he raised his hand in disgust at someone else that didn't make the run. They're probably not making the run for you anymore because they know the ball's not going to get there.
Yeah, but he's got better stats than De Bruyne.
Yep. Oh yeah,
he does.
Hey, give me De Bruyne any day of the week, mate.
Well, mate, off.
You know what?
Mate, we're on the same page. Let me tell you.
Do you know why
we're on the same page?
Stats? I'll tell you why he's got better stats than De Bruyne. Yeah, because at Manchester City they've got fucking 10 Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, we've only got one Bruno that we keep passing the ball to. They've got 10 of them. They can do the exact same thing that he does, if not better.
Yeah,
world class, please,
mate. Well, like talking about Watford's shot. Watford's first shot on goal never came to the 51st minute, so it's absolutely crazy. There was I'll move into the second half.
Even then, we're worried that they might jag it.
Yeah, that's
51st or 52nd minute, their first shot, and we're worried that we're going to jag a win.
Yeah, that's it. Look, there was good. There was a section there where I thought, you know, the game's going to get turned around, and you know what? It was between who was it? It was Alanga. It went from Fred to Pogba to Alanga. It was all one-touch football.
He flicked the ball behind him.
Yeah. I thought that was our chance in the second half. I thought that was, mate, if we could play that one-touch football there, yeah. And Ronaldo and Bruno were nowhere to be seen in that play. I'm pretty sure they weren't anywhere near the play.
Look, that play, that little fragment of play there, that was excellent. That was beautiful to watch, yeah. But I'm still going to stick by what I've said since day dot. Look, when I say Bruno is shit, I'm saying Bruno is shit this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know what he's done. Season. Yeah. I know what he's done since he's come to the team and since we signed him. It's been fantastic. He's been great. But I'm telling you, if you want to get the best out of Bruno, man, Ronaldo's got to go.
100% he's
Right?
got to go. Yeah, he should be
But
gone.
that play, like you see, man, I think if we obviously move, Ronaldo's going to move on regardless, whether it's this season or whatever. I'm not going to put my hat on having Ronaldo in the team that's going to take us back to glory because he's not. So once we start getting these players like Elanga, and hope, you know what, I actually hope Pogba stays.
I said it the other day. We need Pogba. I thought Pogba was very good. Look, towards the back end of the game, there was a section there where Pogba was he just could not chase. He was very tired, Pogba, towards the back end of the game, and the Watford bloke just couldn't. It was a poor. Was it De Gea that rolled out the Pogba? I think it was. I can't remember. And Pogba just wasn't ready for it, and it was intercepted by Watford, and Pogba just couldn't chase. So that was a little bit concerning.
I think this is the first full 90 minutes he's played since coming back from injury.
Yeah.
And you have to think that if Matic wasn't in the team, let's say if McTominay played instead, you'd say Pogba probably would have come off after 60 minutes, as he has been the last few weeks. So I think because Matic was coming off is the reason why Pogba stayed on. Speaking of De Gea, man, like I know he's a great goalkeeper and everything, but his distribution and his passing of that ball, man, is shocking. It's shocking.
Yeah, well, I mean, he only touched the ball twice today, so
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was only twice today.
In general,
I don't think it's been that bad. I don't think De Gea's distributing's been that bad. If anything, to me, it's improved. Because he comes out, he steps out of his box now, and he's playing high up, you know. And when there's no pressure, I thought that was due to Pogba not facing the ball. I don't think it's due to De Gea.
I think the pass could have been a bit better.
Pogba's got to be facing the ball as well.
Maybe my standards are too high, man.
Oh, mate, you're kidding if you're having a go at De Gea.
I'm not having a go at it.
No.
I'm just thinking like it's a game. It's an area of his game that needs improvement.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Look, the other thing I want to look on is we're back towards the back end of the first half, because I don't think there was too much that went on in that second half to, you know, even there wasn't too many chances except Pogba having that early chance to square it up across the goal. Yeah.
That's all.
Ranić's subs, Shaw for Telles and Rashford for Matic. I didn't understand bringing Shaw on, because the Shaw just slows the game down. He just does me head in. He comes on, first thing he does, comes and takes a throw in, tries to jag 3 meters, gets told to go back and take it. You know, Shaw's killing me. You know, and there was no need to sub Telles. Telles is bloody brilliant. You know.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe. I think he may. I don't know. Like even his subs in the Champions League game, and I can guarantee you, everyone would have thought that. Why is he bringing Matic on in that Champions League game against Madrid, Atletico Madrid? Maybe he was thinking it was going to have some sort of the same effect that it did midweek, you know, by bringing on Shaw, Rashford. Who was the third one?
In this game now?
In this game here.
Yeah, Sancho.
See, Sancho for me should have started.
Yeah.
Not saying that Elanga didn't deserve his start. I thought he deserved his start, but I think playing Fred and Matic when for the last few weeks we've only been playing with one sort of 6 and having, you know, Bruno and Pogba as our sort of 8s and a 10 sort of thing, and then having our front 3. I think that formation is what we should have stuck to rather than what he played today. Because I found,
I don't think he should have started. I don't think he should have. Look, Matic was good today, and Fred was good too.
Yeah.
I thought both of them were very good.
Yeah, I'm just talking in terms of the formation. Like,
I just think in the formation, Sancho should have started on the left, and you should have just picked yourself out of Fred and Matic.
Because for a large chunk of that first half, Bruno was playing as a second striker there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I didn't understand it. Like when you looked at the lineup, it had Pogba on the left, but Pogba was never on the left from the start of the game to the finish of the game, never. And I just sometimes like when these lineups come out, I'm tearing my hair out just trying to understand them. But Fred, I didn't understand the Fred Matic thing.
Bringing Rashford on, I don't know why he even comes on as a sub, to be honest. Like we all know he shouldn't be starting, but I wouldn't even bring him on as a sub.
Look, you know my views on Rashford. I love Rashford, and but I just don't know what's going on there. But I'm not going to expect it. Look, Rashford. I came out and said
clearly isn't right with Marcus at the moment. So like,
look, the thing that gets me is I actually thought Marcus, and it was only just tongue in cheek thing where I said, oh look, Rashford will get us the winner here. I was messaging people, and actually Vermael said, I'll bet you 3 beers he doesn't. And I really want it to work for him, but 15 minutes, I think he came on for 15 minutes, and he was trying, and look, the last couple of games, everyone was bagging him about defending. He has been dropping in defending. I'm going to stick up for him a little bit here. In the last game, he chased, 30 metres to make a tackle. And I still remember him a few years ago making that run where he was scoring goals, and he chased 30, 40 metres to make the tackle, and everyone was happy with that. But because he's not scoring goals, and sometimes he does show that lack of intelligence, everyone's just ripping hard on him. And I do have that soft spot for him.
It's understandable because it's not that Marcus is shit and we just keep playing him. It's because we've seen that he does have talent and we know what he can do. And then it was
People forget he was our top goal scorer. I think it was 2 years, 3 years straight. And I think it just does me head in. Like I hear on some pods they go, it's time for him to go in the summer. He's got to go in the summer. What he said, one and a half seasons that have been bad. Give me a break, man. Let him play himself out of form like Sancho has. Sorry?
I think it was just how quickly his decline has come about.
Yeah.
It wasn't a real gradual drop in form. I think it's just gone from being really good to going really bad.
Yeah, but I don't think that's any reason to say, he needs to go. We need to sell him. Well, let's sell half our side then. Because that's fucking ridiculous.
It's a good thing no one listens, mate. I'm saying it's a good thing no one listens to all the other supporters that talk this kind of nonsense. Because if we did, mate, we wouldn't have a fucking team.
Oh man, it's fucking ridiculous to even question Marcus Rashford to be sold. Give me a break, man. The bloke's freaking played. Ollie ran him into the ground with a back injury, right? And he's probably still. He's had an operation. He probably shouldn't have went. Did he go? He went to the Euros. He probably shouldn't have went to the Euros. Because of his back?
He had shoulder, back, and ankle.
That's right. Fucking okay, look, maybe go send him on a holiday or something like that. But for God's sakes, people, whoever's watching this podcast, he doesn't deserve to be sold. That's for sure. Mate, the guy's 24 years old. He was our top goal scorer for 2 or 3 years straight. Then you just want to throw him under the bus. It's fucking ridiculous. Pull your heads in.
Fire up at him. Get up,
mate,
bro.
It just pisses me off. I get fucking sick of hearing it. I've already lost one. I've already lost Greenwood because he's done something freaking stupid, And I'm not a fan of many players these days, but the ones that I am, I'm going to stick by them.
You mentioned Ollie running Rashford into the ground, yeah? Are we not doing that right now as well? You look at
that's what I'm saying. Send him on a holiday or give him a break or something like that.
Not just Rashford, though. Not just Rashford. And we're not doing that to the majority of this team now. Bruno does not get rested. Ronaldo hasn't been getting rested since Cavani got injured, which albeit we don't have another striker. But Maguire, this is his first game rested or dropped, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, he's had a couple of rests now, Maguire. He got rested a few weeks ago as well.
For 3 games. And then he comes straight back in. But
it only seems to be our left and right back that gets rotated. You know what I mean? Pogba's come back from Pog. I'm going to talk about Pogba for a sec. Look, he's looked lively since he's come back, and I know he's looking for that contract and stuff like that. but I really want him to stay. If you've seen this guy play, if you've seen this guy play live, and I've seen him on the last tour, I saw him play, and mate, people can question me, but this guy is a big unit, and he plays so well. And look, we can talk about him scoring goals and everything like that, but today he was putting balls on platters for players, and mate, that's not his fault. He was working hard to set up players today, and he's done it the last four weeks, I reckon, since he's come back. He's probably been our best player. You know what I mean? This is a player we need just to be mentally right. And I know he's been here the last 5 years, and he's been in and out of form big time. But have a look at the turnover of managers we've had. Maybe he's enjoying playing under Ranić. I don't know. Maybe he's enjoying being with Ronaldo.
But I think that's where the concern. That's where the concern comes in with Paul Pogba. Like, you're saying the last 3-4 weeks he's been our best player, and I agree. But there's a little joke going around calling him shop window Pogba.
Yeah.
Because
I know, mate. I know.
And the concern is, okay, all right. So this run of form that he's in, he gets another big bumper contract, and then are we going to get?
Yeah.
Which Pogba are we going to get next season if he stays?
That's right.
Are we going to get the one that's in and out of form, or are we going to get the one that has been, dominating midfield for the last 3 weeks?
Yeah. I know. It's all about consistency, isn't it? So we might as well send Bruno packing as well. We might as well send Ronaldo packing as well. So
I'll drive him to the airport for you.
All right. So let's wrap this up. Okay, so we've got Man City next week. How do you think we're going to go against Man City? Just touch on that a little bit. Yeah, it's not looking good.
Mate, like I mentioned to you off air before, I said our record there at the Etihad is quite decent, but under Ollie. And I think in general, even before Ollie, like even with Sir Alex, we had a decent record at the Etihad, but this time round, it just feels a lot different. I mean, they came to Old Trafford and put on a fucking training session for everyone, and we got to watch them. Run our boys around ragged. We couldn't even get a sniff of the ball.
No way. And it's going to be the same case. There's no way.
Yeah.
The last time we played them, it was 2-0 at Old Trafford, and they dictated the whole game. And I can't see things changing. I think we might go out and take a draw, maybe, but I can't see us winning. That's for sure.
City beat us, and then they extend their little gap over Liverpool in the league, which I don't know. Is that a bullet we're willing to take as United fans? I'd rather City win the league than Liverpool, but
yeah.
It's
hard for me to swallow either, but 100%.
Man, to say that because it's going to come at our expense, like we're in danger now of being in the Conference League.
Yeah, look, top four for me is gone. I've been saying it for weeks. Weeks. There's nothing to show me that we're going to be dropping out of top four.
How many
so
games
Arsenal's got 3 games in hand.
And
West Ham's got a game in hand. Hey? Yeah, they're 2 points behind. 2 points behind. West Ham's 5 points behind, but 1 game in hand. Tottenham's got 2 games in hand. They're 5 points behind. And even Wolves have got 2 games in hand, and they're on 40 points. So they're 7 points behind. So,
it doesn't look good, mate. Top 4's gone, bro.
Yeah,
I don't care what anyone says. Top 4's gone.
Yeah. Look, I'm really hoping.
In saying that, I don't want to. If we don't get top 4, I don't want to be in Europe at all next season.
No. Look,
I don't want to be in Europe.
I'm really hoping we can get over Atletico to give the fans. This isn't about the players anymore. This is about the fans. This is about the fans that get up at 2 a.m. to watch this fucking shit at 2 a.m. At 2 a.m., mate. Come to Australia and sit near me, Bruno, and let's watch a replay of your game at 2 a.m. Okay, mate, I'll be happy to sit you in the cave. I'll even bring you a coffee or whatever you want. You know, and I'll sit there and I'll scream out Vlamos every time we complete a pass. You know, we've been putting up with this for 10 years now, man. 10 friggin' years. You know, look, at the end of the day, I was happy. I was always happy with the way we kept the ball and everything like that. But we can't blame the backs and the mid in this. Well, the back third of our team in this game. It's got to be our front third have got to be taking complete blame for this, nil-nil.
100% agree with you.
You know,
it's not. Anyway, I know you always mention how hard it is for the match day going fans, the ones who are lucky enough to go to Old Trafford, and you know, like, I don't know if you even call it lucky to go anymore because, like you said, they're being robbed. Yeah. They're being robbed every week. But at the same time, and I mentioned this a while ago, man, I'm being robbed of my sleep, my sanity. 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. Lucky it's a weekend for us here, because usually especially like midweek games, and we're getting up to watch these games, and then we have to try and get up again to go to work, and then put up with 12 hours of shit at work.
Well, you can guarantee next week's game. Next week's game will be, where are we? Next week's game will definitely be a Monday morning, I reckon, for sure.
Yeah, we always play Monday morning.
Monday morning, yeah.
Like at 1 o'clock?
Yeah, Monday morning, 3:30 a.m.
Wow, cracker.
Yeah, 3:30 a.m. Anyway, let's wrap it up there. People, let's remember to like, share, subscribe. We all love Emad's views on this. You know, remember to press that thumbs up. And
not everyone loves it.
I know. Well, mate, we call it the way it is, and I'm happy to put myself out there for it. And you know, I'm not here to suck up the players, and I'm here to pull a few punches and you know,
mate,
this is what I support, the badge. I don't support the player. That's why I find it hard to you know, find a player in this current squad that I really want to follow. You know, so anyway, people, let's finish it on a positive. Let's try and mate, I haven't even got a positive. You know, I haven't even got one. You got one, Emad? I haven't got one.
The positive from the game is that we dominated for the full 90, but then you look forward. I'm not looking forward to next week. That's all I can say.
Yeah. All right, people. Like, share, subscribe. We'll finish the pod up there. Remember to give us the thumbs up. Follow Soccer As We Like It on YouTube. And
see you next week.
Glory, Man United.